Hey, what's up guys? This is Ratnoon. Some of you have requested the ranger build that I've been running in World vs. World lately. The one that one-shots people. So I thought I'd show you how it works. It's pretty simple. So let's get into it. So this is the Sic'em roamer. And that's a pretty common build that you've seen for a long time. And I've made some tweaks, and it's pretty nasty. So I run skirmishing, beast mastery, and of course soul beast for the huge pet bonuses. So skirmishing and beast mastery has really nice synergies with soul beast. Let's go over the traits that I use. So in skirmishing, you want to pick primal reflexes, which grants you 9.5 seconds of vigor when you successfully evade an attack, which is really nice. Because when you dodge and you evade an attack, you get half a dodge back. So if you get good at timing your dodges, well, you can dodge pretty often. And the next trait that we pick is Spotter. Spotter is a must-have, grants you and your allies 100 precision, which is just really nice to have. This also is quite useful if you're roaming with some friends. Last, we have Vicious Quarry. Vicious Quarry grants you Fury when you're struck below the health threshold, which is 75% health. Fury is a very good boon as it adds 30% critical chance and 15% increased damage alongside 250 ferocity. So this is huge. Okay, so let's take a look at Beast Mastery. Resounding Timber. This makes all your command skills, which in this build are Sic'em and Protect Me. So this trait makes your Sic'em and Protect Me apply regen and swiftness. It also makes said skills have 20% of their cooldown reduced. That's really nice to have. You want to be able to Sic'em as often as possible, as this is where your big damage comes from. We also pick two-handed training because we obviously run Greatsword with this build. So this makes your Greatsword do more damage, and all the skills recharge 20% faster. So with the previous trait, we have more Sic'ems, and with this trait, we have more Mauls, which is your second Greatsword skill. And that's awesome, because this is huge damage. It also comes with the bonus that when you disable a foe, you gain Fury. So we have two ways of getting Fury. Vicious Quarry, which is this one, and 200 training. So you have lots of sources for Fury. Last trait on Beast Mastery is Honed Axis or Lesser Quickening Zephyr. So Honed Axis is usually picked when wielding axes, but is pretty useful anyways for the 120 ferocity. But you can also run Lesser Quickening Zephyr, which is a weaker version of the skill Quickening Zephyr, which is this one. This trait gives you quickness and super speed when you swap pets, but Soul Beast can trigger this trait by entering or leaving beast mode. So every time you mold with your pet, you get this bonus, which is really nice. Because then you get quickness for your longbow 2 burst immediately after merging with your pet. And that's huge. If we run Honed Axis, you want to go with the superior sigil of celerity on your longbow to get the quickness from there. On the roaming ranger video that I did, I was running Honed Axis with the celerity sigil, which grants me quickness when I disable someone, and that's usually works out well because you want to cast the longbow 4 first. So you disable your foe, and then you get the quickness, and then you can do your longbow 2. And then you have the extra ferocity as well, which is really nice. But if you want to run Lesser Quickening Zephyr, then you want to run a different sigil like Air. Air is also really nice. I'll show you when we get to the equipment. Anyways, so for Soul Beast, you want to go Unstoppable Union. This gives you protection and vigor when you enter beast mode, and it also removes chill, Cripple, and Immobilize, which are soft CCs. So that's also really nice. Essence of Speed makes it so that when you gain Quickness, you increase the duration of your other boons by 2%. So if you run Zephyr's Speed, this grants you Quickness when merging with your pet, which again gives you protection and vigor from Unstoppable Union, which again, by taking Essence of Speed, extends the duration of those wounds by 2 seconds. So this has really nice synergy. So in all, you get Quickness and 5.5 seconds of protection and vigor from just entering or leaving beast mode. And this is obviously really, really good. Okay, so last trait is Oppressive Superiority. So this gives you a 10% damage bonus when your enemy has lower health than you. And this is percentage based. Other traits that are worth mentioning is probably Twice as Vicious, which gives you a 10% increased damage when you disable a foe, so that synergizes really well with the Longbow 4. And then you have Fury Strength, which gives you a 15% damage bonus when you have Fury, and this build has very high Fury uptime, so this is also very good. Pet Prowess, this trait gives you and your pet Ferocity when you crit, so that's really nice. And then you have Pack Alpha, this one makes your pet skills have 20% reduced cooldown. Also gives your pet 150 bonus in all the attributes. So this makes it do more damage, makes it tougher to kill. And while you're merged with your pet, which you want to be most of the time, you gain these attributes bonuses yourself. But only half, so 75. But it's still nice. Hunter's Tactics makes you deal more damage and have increased chance to crit when you attack from the back or the side. So even more damage bonus. And then you have Fury's Grip, which gives you Fury when swapping weapons. So this is your third way of getting Fury, so you basically have permanent Fury with all these traits. And lastly, when you swap weapons, you also get Swiftness in combat. And this is awesome for engaging or disengaging, especially in World vs. World. As Rangers are so hard to catch, they can shoot from so far away and then they can just run off in a matter of seconds. So it's really nice. And disgusting. Alright, let's go over the skills. So in the healing slot, I usually run Bear Stance. This heal is awesome. The base healing is pretty decent at 5k, but then you also get 420 extra healing for each condition you remove when you use your heal skill. And this would be really good if it ate all conditions on you when you use the skill, right? But it's even better because it removes 2 conditions every second. So Bear Stance lasts for 4 seconds, which means that it can potentially remove 8 conditions, which I think is amazing. And your enemy might put conditions on you right after you've healed to try and burst you down, knowing you don't have your heal left. But for the next 4 seconds, Bear Stance will eat all those conditions. And this gives me a lot of sustain versus condition builds. And for utilities, I use Dolly Stance, Sic'em, and Protect Me. And Dolly Stance give you 7 seconds of stability. It also breaks movement in pairing conditions. It breaks stun, and it gives you the Dolly Stance bonus, which is minus 33% incoming damage and condition damage for 6 seconds, which is really good. Protect Me is also a defensive ability. This gives you even more protection and also barrier, which is basically extra health. And because we picked Resounding Timber, we also get regeneration and swiftness. And this doesn't just apply to you, but up to 5 allies. So this is awesome when running in a group. Oh, and I almost forgot, this is also a stun break, so you have another stun break. Sic'em is an awesome skill, and paired with the elite skill One Wolfpack, this is what makes the build so nasty. So what Sic'em basically does is that it makes you the Flash for 10 seconds with 40% movement speed, and you also get 25% increased damage when you're in Soul Beast mode. And you always want to use this in Soul Beast mode, because that's when the bonus is applied to you. If you use this outside of Soul Beast mode, the bonus will go to the pet, who gets even more damage with the 40% increased. And this is also a command, like Protect Me, so you also get regen and swiftness for 11 seconds when using this, because of the traits that we picked. it's worth noticing that you cannot stealth with Longbow 3 while Sic'em is active. Now this is what makes or breaks the build, the one wolf pack. This is a nasty ass stench, which makes, yeah, listen to this. Your successful attacks will trigger a second strike while in this stance. And this lasts for 8 seconds. So this basically makes your Longbow 2 do twice the damage, in other words. This is insanely broken. So when you burst, you want to first meld with your pet to gain your pet's abilities. And then you want to Sic'em. Let me just target something. You want to Sic'em. And then you get the Sic'em bonus and not the pet. And then you want to one Wolfpack into Longbow 4 and then Longbow 2. Very often, they're dead by then. If not, you can follow up with the Smoke Assault, which closes the gap between you and your target and sets you up perfectly to either follow up with Worldly Impact, which is a ground slam, or you can weapon swap and then maul. Let's have a look at the equipment that I run. So I know Omni Elite, which is another Guild Wars player and YouTuber. He also runs an almost identical or very similar build to this, but he runs full Berserker gear, which makes your damage so insanely broken that your enemies are just gonna turn into dust. Their head will explode like the Death Star. No, but yes. I like to have a little more sustain and durability, so I run full Marauder gear with durability runes. And this makes the build very usable in 1 versus 1 or even 1 versus X situations, while sacrificing some damage, obviously. But the damage is already so broken with the one wolf pack that I'd rather have some extra durability. So for both weapons and all the trinkets and accessories, I run Berserker stats. On Greatsword, I run Hydromancy and Energy. Hydromancy damages and chills your enemies for 2 seconds when you swap to Greatsword in combat. And this is just a really nice passive to have. Energy gives you 50% of your endurance back, which is basically means more dodging, which is really good. And on Longbow, I run Celerity and Severance if I run the Honed Axis trait. If I run Lesser Quickening Zephyr, I very often run Sigil of Air, but there are other options as well. Severance grants you an extra 250 precision and ferocity for 4 seconds when you interrupt an enemy. And this synergizes really well with the Longbow 4, which is usually what you want to do before your Longbow 2. So that's about it, really. You decide if you want to run Honed Axis or Lesser Quickening Zephyr, and then you can choose your sigils based on that. So I run Air, you can try it out, but there are other options as well, accuracy, stuff like that. But Severance is a must-have. So I thought I'd try to give you guys a live example, and here we have a player who wants to die to Longbow Burst. That's awesome. Launch here. Meld with my pets. Ooh! But I'll just use my Smoke Assault, Stamping Ground, Leap, and then Maul. And that's how easy it is. It's ridiculous. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed the build and the video, please give it a thumbs up, as these videos take quite some time to make. And I also spend a lot of time on the build themselves. We also just launched our Discord community, Ratnoon Sewers, so if you want to join us, there's a link in the description. We have a great time, we share clips, talk about the game, talk about everything outside of the game, and we also play together and have a lot of fun, so it's a great place to be. Alright. Subscribe for more. See you next time. Peace.